After setting in motion the wheel of Dhamma, the Blessed One departed from Rajagaha and took up residence at Viveluvana. Soon thereafter, his father, King Suddhodana, sent a messenger, then another in succession, each accompanied by 1,000 attendants with the instruction, "Find my son and invite him to return to me." 9 messengers attained arahantship, and did not return. Finally, the Venerable Kaludayi came. He too realized arahantship. Knowing that the time had come for the teacher to set out, the elder described the merits and beauty of the journey and guided the Blessed One, together with 20,000 arahants, to Kapilapura. There, surrounded by his kinsmen, the Blessed One took the rainfall as the subject of discourse and related the Vesanara Jataka, the story of the Bodhisattva's former birth. On the following day, he entered the city for alms, with the verse beginning, "Strive on with diligence. Do not be heedless. Live according to the righteous conduct." The Buddha enabled King Suddhodana to attain the fruit of stream entry, Sotapatti, and with the words, "Live well in righteous conduct," he enabled Mahapajapati to realize the first fruit, and King Suddhodana to attain the second fruit, Sakadagami. At the conclusion of the meal, the Buddha recounted the Kanda Kinara Jataka in gratitude for the devotion shown to him by Rahula's mother. On the next day, while the anointing ceremony and wedding of Prince Nanda were in progress, the Blessed One entered the house for alms, placed his alms bowl in Nanda's hands, and bestowed a blessing. Then, rising from his seat, the Blessed One departed without taking back the bowl. Nanda did not dare to utter, "Venerable Sir, please take back your bowl," but consoled himself, thinking, "The Blessed One will take back the bowl at the top of the steps." Yet when they reached the top of the steps, the Blessed One did not take it. Nanda again hoped the Blessed One will take back the bowl at the foot of the steps, but the teacher did not take it. Nanda then thought, "The Blessed One will take the bowl in the palace courtyard." Yet the teacher still did not take it. Although Prince Nanda greatly desired to return to his bride, he restrained himself and followed the teacher. Out of deep reverence for the Blessed One, he did not dare to say, "Venerable Sir, please receive the bowl," but continued walking behind him, his hope not yet extinguished. "The Blessed One will take the bowl here. The Blessed One will take the bowl there. The Blessed One will take the bowl yonder." At that time, word was brought to the newly wedded bride, Dhammapada Kalyani, the beauty of the land, "Princess, the Blessed One has taken Prince Nanda away with him. His purpose is to part the mandarin ducks." Immediately, Dhammapada Kalyani, her face bathed in tears and her hair not yet fully adorned, rushed after her betrothed and pleaded, "My lord, please return at once." Her words shook Nanda's heart, but the teacher did not take back the alms bowl. He led Nanda to the monastery and asked Nanda, "Do you wish to go forth?" Because Nanda's reverence for the Buddha was exceedingly deep, he restrained himself from saying, "I do not wish to go forth." Instead, he replied, "Yes, Venerable Sir, I wish to go forth." The teacher immediately gave his consent. "Very well, let Nanda be ordained." Thus, on the 3rd day, after the Buddha's arrival at Kapilapura, he brought about the conditions for Nanda to become a bhikkhu. On the 7th day, Rahula's mother adorned the young prince and sent him to the Blessed One, instructing him, "My dear son, go and see this samana, who is accompanied by 2,000 monks, whose body shines like gold, whose bearing is like that of the great Brahma. This samana is your father. In former days, he possessed vast treasures. Since he went forth, we have not seen him. Go and ask him for your inheritance. Say, 'Beloved father, I am a prince, and when I receive the anointing, I shall become a wheel-turning monarch. I need wealth. Please grant me my inheritance, for a son has the right to receive the property left by his father.'" Prince Rahula obeyed and went to the Blessed One. When he saw him, he felt the warmth of a father's love arise within him. Joy filled his heart, and he softly said, "Venerable Sir, I am happy in your shadow." He spoke further with the innocent words of a child of his age. After the Blessed One had finished his meal, dedicated the merit, and risen from his seat, he departed. Prince Rahula followed behind him, saying, "Venerable Sir, please give me the inheritance that is mine. Venerable Sir, please give me the inheritance that is mine." The Blessed One remained silent, and even the Sangha did not restrain the boy from following him. Thus the prince followed the Blessed One into the grove. Then a thought arose in the mind of the Blessed One. The inheritance from his father, which the boy seeks, will inevitably bring destruction. Instead, I shall give him the 7 noble treasures that I obtained beneath the Bodhi tree. I shall make Rahula the heir to a supramundane inheritance. Thereupon, the Blessed One said to the Venerable Sariputta, "Sariputta, ordain Rahula." But when Prince Rahula entered the Sangha, King Sadodana, his grandfather, was deeply sorrowful, unable to endure his grief. He spoke to the Blessed One and made this request, "Venerable Sir, it would be fitting if the Sangha would not admit minors into the order without the consent of their parents." The Blessed One accepted this request. On another occasion, while the Blessed One was seated in the royal palace, after the morning meal, the king respectfully sat to one side and said, "Venerable Sir, while you were practicing austerities, a diva came to me and said, 'Your son has died.' But I did not believe it, and replied, 'My son will not die until he has attained enlightenment.' The Blessed One said, 'Great King, do you believe this account? In a former birth, when a diva pointed to a handful of bones and said to you, 'Your son has died,' you did not believe it then either." And he related the Dhammapada Jataka in connection with this matter. When the story was concluded, the king attained the fruit of non-returner anagami after the Blessed One had enabled his father to attain the 3rd fruit. He returned to Rajagaha together with the Sangha. At that time, he had promised Anathapindika that he would visit Savatthi as soon as the great monastery of Jetavana was completed. Before long, he received the message, "The monastery has been completed." He then went to reside at Jetavana. At that time, the Venerable Nanda became discontented and expressed his dissatisfaction to the bhikkhus. "Venerable Sirs, I am dissatisfied. I am living the life of one gone forth, but I cannot endure it any longer. I intend to abandon the higher training and return to the lower life, the life of a householder." The Blessed One heard of this and summoned the Venerable Nanda, saying, "Nanda, is it true that you have said to many bhikkhus, 'Venerable Sirs, I am dissatisfied. I am living the life of one gone forth, but I cannot endure it any longer. I intend to abandon the higher training and return to the lower life, the life of a householder'? Venerable Sir, it is entirely true. But Nanda, why are you dissatisfied with the holy life you are living? Why can you not endure it any longer? Why do you intend to abandon the higher training and return to the lower life, the life of a householder?" "Venerable Sir, when I left the house, my beloved betrothed, Janapada Kalyani, with her hair disheveled, bid me farewell and pleaded, 'My lord, please return quickly.' Venerable Sir, because I still remember her, I am dissatisfied with the holy life I am now living. I cannot endure this life any longer, and I intend to abandon the higher training and return to the lower life, the life of a householder." At that time, the Blessed One took the Venerable Nanda by the hand and, by means of his supernormal power, brought him to the heaven of the 33 Tavatimsa. On the way, the Blessed One showed the Venerable Nanda on a field scorched by fire, a greedy she-monkey sitting upon a burnt tree stump, her ears, nose, and tail having been burned away by the flames. Arriving in the heaven of the 33, he showed him 500 celestial maidens with rosy feet attending upon Sakka, the king of the Devas. After revealing these two scenes, the Blessed One asked Nanda, Nanda, which do you consider more beautiful, more pleasing, and more graceful, your beloved wife, Dhammapada Kalyani, or these 500 celestial maidens with rosy feet? Venerable Sir, Nanda replied, Dhammapada Kalyani is far inferior, like that greedy she-monkey whose ears, nose, and tail were burned away. Compared to these 500 celestial maidens, my beloved Dhammapada Kalyani is far inferior indeed. In comparison with them, my betrothed is insignificant. She is not equal to even a small fraction, not even to a small fraction of a small fraction of them. These 500 celestial maidens with rosy feet are exceedingly beautiful, pleasing, and graceful. Take delight, Nanda, the Blessed One said. I guarantee that you shall obtain these 500 celestial maidens with rosy feet. The Venerable Nanda said, Venerable Sir, if the Blessed One guarantees that I shall obtain these 500 celestial maidens with rosy feet, then, in that case, I shall gladly live the noble life of one gone forth. Then the Blessed One, taking the Venerable Nanda with him, disappeared from the heaven of the 33 and reappeared at Jetavana. Before long, the bhikkhus heard it said, it is out of desire for the celestial maidens that the Venerable Nanda, the Blessed One's brother, the son of his foster mother, continues to live the monastic life. The Blessed One has guaranteed that he will obtain 500 celestial maidens with rosy feet. As a result, the fellow bhikkhus regarded the Venerable Nanda as a hired ascetic, as one who had been bought over, and they spoke of him accordingly. They say, the Venerable Nanda is a hired ascetic. The Venerable Nanda is one who has been bought over. It is out of desire for celestial maidens that he lives the monastic life. The Blessed One has guaranteed that he will obtain 500 celestial maidens with rosy feet. Although the Venerable Nanda was despised by his fellow monks, ashamed because of them, and afflicted when they called him a hired ascetic and one who has been bought over, he dwelt alone, withdrawn, mindful, ardent, and resolute. Before long, in this very life, Nanda realized for himself, with direct knowledge, and attained the supreme goal of the holy life, for the sake of which many young men of good family have rightly gone forth from the household life into homelessness. He knew birth is destroyed, the holy life has been lived, what had to be done has been done. There is no more coming back to the state of being. Thus, another great elder was numbered among the Arahants. Then a diva came to the Blessed One at night, illuminating the whole of Jetavana. Having bowed down and paid homage to the Blessed One, he said, Venerable Sir, the Venerable Nanda, the son of your foster mother, has destroyed the taints. In this very life, he abides in right knowledge, liberated from the taints through the liberation of mind and the liberation by wisdom. The Blessed One had already known this that very night. The Venerable Nanda also came to the Blessed One, paid homage, and said, Venerable Sir, I release the Blessed One from the promise that you made, guaranteeing that I would obtain 500 celestial maidens with rosy feet. The Blessed One replied, Nanda, my mind has understood your mind and has seen that with the destruction of the taints in this very life, you abide in right knowledge, liberated from the taints through the liberation of mind and the liberation by wisdom. A diva also came to inform me of this. Therefore, Nanda, when you were no longer attached to the 5 strands of sensual pleasure, when your mind was freed from the taint of sensual desire, at that very moment, I was released from that former promise. Then the Blessed One, having fully understood the profound meaning of this matter, uttered this sacred utterance. Having cut off harmful delusions, you shall remain calm and at peace in the face of pleasure and of pain. On one occasion, the bhikkhus approached the Venerable Nanda and asked him, "Venerable Nanda, formerly you said, 'I am dissatisfied.' Do you still say so now, Venerable Sirs? I no longer delight in the household life." When the bhikkhus heard his reply, they said, "The Venerable Nanda does not speak the truth. He speaks falsely. Formerly he said, 'I am dissatisfied,' but now he says, 'I no longer delight in the household life.'" Immediately, they went and reported the matter to the Blessed One. The Blessed One replied, "Bhikkhus, formerly Nanda's character was like a house poorly thatched. Now it is like a house well thatched. From the time he saw the celestial maidens, he strove diligently to attain the final goal of the holy life, and now he has attained it." Having spoken thus, he recited the following verses of the Dhammapada, verses 13 and 14. Just as a poorly thatched house is penetrated by the rain, so too, in a mind not well developed, sensual desire penetrates. Just as a well-thatched house is not penetrated by the rain, so too, in a mind well-developed, sensual desire does not penetrate. The bhikkhus began discussing the matter in the Dhamma hall. Venerable Sirs, the Buddhas are truly wonderful. The Venerable Nanda was dissatisfied with the monastic life because of Janapada Kalyani, but the teacher, using celestial maidens as a lure, brought him completely under discipline. The Buddha approached and asked, "Bhikkhus, what are you discussing while seated here?" After hearing their account, he said, "Bhikkhus, this is not the first time that Nanda has been subdued by being enticed through the opposite sex. The same occurred in a former birth." Having said this, he related the following. Long ago, when King Brahmadatta reigned in Benares, there was a donkey that carried pottery for a potter, traveling 7 leagues each day. On one occasion, Kapata loaded a large consignment of pottery onto the donkey's back and journeyed to Takasila. While he was occupied arranging his wares, he let the donkey roam free. The donkey wandered along the bank of a ditch and suddenly saw a she-donkey. He ran straight toward her. The she-donkey greeted him warmly and began to converse. "Where have you come from?" "From Benares." "For what purpose?" "For trade." "What goods do you carry in such quantity?" "A large consignment of pottery." "How many leagues do you travel bearing such a heavy load?" 7 leagues. "In the places you pass through, does anyone massage your legs and back?" "No." "In that case, you must endure a most harsh and grievous journey." "Of course, no one massages the legs and back of a beast of burden." The she-donkey spoke thus, only to befriend the donkey. The she-donkey's words made the donkey dissatisfied. After the merchant had finished arranging his goods, he came to the donkey and said, "Come, Jack, let us go." "You may go." "I am not going." The merchant repeatedly tried to persuade him with gentle words. Although he coaxed him earnestly, the donkey continued to be obstinate. The merchant then reproached him harshly. Finally he thought, "I shall know how to make him go," and uttered this verse, "I shall make a stick with a very long sharp point. I shall pierce and tear your body. Remember this, O donkey." The donkey replied, "If that is so, I know well what I shall do to you." And he recited this verse, "You say you will make a stick with a very long sharp point. Very well, I too shall plant my forelegs firmly, and with my 2 hind legs strike and break your teeth. Remember this, O Kapaka." When the merchant heard this, he wondered what had caused the donkey to speak so. He looked back along the road, and at last saw the she-donkey. So that is it. He understood at once. That female has taught him these tricks. I shall promise to bring home such a she-donkey for him. By using a she-donkey as a lure, I shall make him go. Then he recited this verse, "A she-donkey with 4 legs her face like a conch shell's curve, endowed with every charm. I shall go and buy her for you. Do you hear, O donkey?" Hearing this, the donkey's heart leapt with joy, and he replied, "A she-donkey with 4 legs, her face like a conch shell's curve, endowed with every charm. You promised to buy her at once. Formerly, I went 7 leagues a day. Now, I shall run twice as far." Kapaka said, "Very well, then let us go." And he led the donkey back to the cart. A few days later, the donkey said to him, "Did you not tell me that you would bring me a mate?" The merchant replied, "Yes, I did say so, and I do not break my words. I shall indeed provide you with a mate, but I supply food only for you, whether it will be sufficient for both you and her, that you must settle yourself, and after you two live together, foals will be born. The food I give you, I do not know whether it will be enough for you, your mate, and the young ones as well. That, too, you must manage on your own." When the merchant had spoken thus, the donkey abandoned his hopes and dreams. The teacher concluded the lesson, "Bhikkhus." At that time, the she-donkey was Dhammapada Kalyani, the he-donkey was Nanda, and the merchant was myself. Even in the past, Nanda was subdued by a lure of the opposite sex. Here ends the story for today. Thank you for accompanying me.